Hello to you all. I'm just going to check that I am live. Yes, okay, that's perfect. Well, hello from Glastonbury, and if you celebrate Christmas, I just want to wish you all a very beautiful, peaceful, happy, harmonious day. And I didn't expect to come on whatsoever. I will explain. But if you don't celebrate Christmas, again, I just wish you all love, peace, and harmony as we go and as we head towards next year. You know me, it's all inclusive. Religions, faith, cultures, sex, gender. I'm just so inclusive, and I just love everybody equally. So I hope you can hear me. I've got a different mic in this time. I didn't expect to be here with you right now on this day. Living here in Glastonbury, I often think before Christmas Day how much I would love to go up the Tor on Christmas Day and do something for people all over the world, because often Christmas Day can feel so lonely for some people. People that are on their own, or people that are sick and not well. People who have lost loved ones, which is why I find Christmas so particularly difficult for the last 3 years. And even if you're with family or friends, you can sometimes feel alone, like you don't fit in. And that's why for many years I've wanted to go up the Tor on this day, just to give you love, to let you know you're absolutely never ever alone. But I never go up the Tor unless it's an inner calling, inner data, inner vision, or outside signs that say go up the Tor. So I'll never ever do anything in terms of the Tor from my humanness or from my brain or from my own human thoughts. So I'm not up there today, and I never want to, or I never do lives just because, just from my human thoughts. It's always instantaneous, and it just comes with this inner calling, which is what I've had literally about 10 minutes ago. I did have several invitations, for this day to go and stay with people or visit people for Christmas lunch, as I'm sure a lot of you are doing, probably as I speak. But there was just this knowing for the last 3 days to be on my own and stay quiet and stay within, and just be grateful to Source, Creator, God, whatever you wish to call the one absolute. I just knew to be on my own and give thanks and presence to that one Source, that one God. And that's what I thought I'd be doing today, just being in silence. But it's not worked out that way. So I'm going to chat a little bit, and then I'd love to play you some music that I feel is poignant to these times and the times ahead. And then I felt to read you the poem that I recently wrote as well, that I posted today, that is new. And I just felt to give that from my own voice, just to transcend into you, those of you that wish it. Excuse my throat. So, in terms of next year, I'm very aware of the scales, and that as humanity embodies higher and higher and higher and higher frequencies within them, as that occurs, as the energies, the incoming energies, as well as your own internal process of energies, it's going to increase and increase and increase next year. The energy within you, your own acceleration within the actual brain. I've spoken before how the brain fires up, and it creates these electrical pulses between neurons, and that's what starts to fire the brain up and create patterns within the brain, and then creates patterns from here to the heart. It marries the heart, and then the patterns go all over the body, and your energy increases and increases, and your sensitivity to energy, to anything that is energy, which is everything, but your sensitivity increases. And so next year there's going to be a tremendous increase again, and we've had so much this year in terms of energy, but we're going to have more and more energy coming to the planet, and the acceleration of your own process within you, more and more energy within you. But as that happens, so the old falls away. So the old has to rise to be seen within, to be seen outside of us, to acknowledge with love and understanding that we were all each in forgetfulness. So there will be the dissolving, and it will be the dissolving that creates the chaos within humanity. It's actually, I've put so much from my heart, it's actually the ego that will rise next year to be seen, to be dissolved. So it's utterly beautiful if you see it from the greater picture sense. But if your ego rises within you, then it's not necessarily enjoyable or pretty, and not necessarily enjoyable or pretty if you're on the receiving end of that directly, or if you're seeing it in the world, seeing it within humanity, within the governments, within the wars that intensify next year. And then, seeing the sort of seemingly chaotic nature of Mother Earth next year. Okay. Hello, Joe. I can see you're here, Joe. God bless you, Joe Delaney. And Jane, I can see you're here. Robin, so many, Lisa Lowry, so many familiar faces. So next year you're going to witness, perhaps within you as well as outside of you, the intensity which is of human avatar personality nature only. And that's not who we are. It's not who you are. It is a program. It is a program. Maybe I'll talk about that just a tiny bit as well. So you'll see the intensity rise. It's actually the ego that has to rise to be seen, to acknowledge, because it's not who anyone truly is. And once it's seen enough within you, your consciousness takes over and it becomes the stronger force within you. And so the ego actually just sort of doesn't arise as much, and it dissolves and it dissolves and it dissolves. But it's each at their own pace. Hello, God bless you, Helen. Helen Quayle. God bless you. Sorry, just getting distracted by so many beautiful, familiar people that have been a huge part of my own awakening journey so far. There's so much love. Shirley, good grief. Sorry I'm not at yours right now, Shirley. I'm supposed to be at Shirley's for Christmas dinner. It was so deliciously sounding as well, but I just need to stay quiet, so gotta laugh. So, sorry, sidetracked. So next year we're going to see the intensity, and the intensity will be within governments. Understand that at the heart of governments are people. People whose egos are rising. At the heart of wars are people. People giving orders. People whose egos are rising. So a year of intensity to start with, definitely perhaps quite difficult, January through to March. March will be the sort of turning point. It will be subtle, but it's where the energies are going to increase and we're going to feel more better within ourselves. The egos will arise perhaps within your families, within your friends, within your partners. But just understand there's a beautiful, beautiful, greater picture to all of this. And that picture plays out over linear time, over several years to come. And it's that ego that we don't take with us. The only part of the ego that remains is the organic part, as I call it, which is that part that goes, oh God, there's a branch falling from the tree, I'll run out of the way so that it doesn't hit me. That part that looks after you, that stays. That looks after the human body, it protects the human body. Okay, so that part of the organic ego stays, just to safeguard the human vessel. But the rest dissolves, and it gets louder before it is ready to dissolve. So just compassion, understanding for everyone, including those in the spiritual arena that are awakened. Just compassion and understanding that that's what's happening next year, as well as Mother Earth going through her way of letting go, of releasing. But all the while, that is happening. So it's the dissolving of what humanity is not, but it has to be seen, it has to arise to great intensity within ourselves, within everyone, at their own pace, in their own timeline. But it's beautiful. The absence of that voice that puts you down. You see, the ego isn't just the one that shouts at people and gets angry with people. The ego is also the one that can put you down, tell you you're not worthy, tell you that you're not good enough. That's the ego. And it's going to go gradually, one by one. And when it's not present, when it can be the one that puts itself down, but it can be the one that puts others down. So the beauty of that dissolving one by one, as it arises, as it intensifies, so it will also gently go over linear time, all through next year. But at the same time is the energy rising within you, rising within your body, the Kundalini rising, the Kundalini changing in here, the glands within the brain that merge the kundalini and create a different energy. And that energy that it creates at ready point is that which I call the Holy Spirit. You could call it the holy waters. You could call it the prana. It's actually the divine energy of God. It's the power, but not power of ego. It's the power that moves mountains. It's the power that creates. It's the power that gives to all. Not from the mind, not from the ego, but from the embodiment of that Holy Spirit that you give from. And so perhaps, I don't know exactly, I really don't, but I have been given sort of 2 dates of July and then also September, so maybe between that period, I don't know, but it's that period that people are going to blossom one by one by one. And I'm sure those that are listening, you know what I'm talking about, the blossoming. There's many words for it. Just pick the words that suit you, that feel right for you. So just to talk a little bit about that program. I talked about it several times and many years ago when I was shown it, and I call it the crystalline program. I just share this for newcomers and for people that are struggling, just to give you just encouragement and faith in yourself, is that before we came to this planet, I was shown it that there was a mass gathering on the Pleiades, and it acted as a what was it? It's like a substation. It acts as a substation, and people just descended and descended and descended into the Pleiades. And when I arrived, and when people arrived into the Pleiades, they arrived into this Pleiadian body, because of course they're on the Pleiades, just like we're in a human body here, okay? And so everybody adapted and came into this Pleiadian body, and it was a great gathering. And I could recognize people, but they looked funny because they didn't look exactly like I knew them to be. But it was a gathering of people from different universes and galaxies. And then eventually, after the jubilation of seeing everybody, it was my turn to get taken aside. And there was a sort of like a angelic Pleiadian being that explained the program. And he showed me this crystal. I'm sure maybe that's just a metaphor or an analogy. But he showed me this crystal, and he explained that within this crystal was the whole of the human life programming that I would descend into if I chose to. And within this crystal, it was like this. And it was white. It was like that. It was about that size, and it was white. And he said within that is the moment of birth into the human body, arrival on earth, your parents, your siblings, your childhood, and the experiences each have from 0 to 7, which is actually what creates the trauma and the ego and the programs that get embedded within us from 0 to 7 years, as I've explained before. your marriages, your relationships, your children, the jobs, all the experiences that you were to have would be within the crystalline program. And then there would come a point when that program would end and you'll still be in the human body. And it's that I'm pointing to. It's like I've called it before, the scroll of life or the book of life. But it's just a crystalline program that we chose. We chose to come to Earth to experience all of that as seemingly being a human being, when in fact we're pure consciousness outside of the body, having a human experience. And so in the forgetfulness we actually think we are the body and we think we are the human, but we're not. It's our consciousness projecting that image into a solid form. So you're human here, but you might be also in the same moment you may have an aspect of Lyra, or you may have an aspect of a Pleiadian or an Arcturian, all at the same time coming from this one consciousness that you are. This is why people can channel. They're channeling their own aspects. But beyond that, those aspects of human, Arcturian, Pleiadian, Syrian, is consciousness projecting those images as a holographic reality. So there comes a point where that program of thinking we are the human, we are the thoughts, we are the emotions and the pain, and we are the suffering, there comes a point where it's time for your program to end. And you're still living. And it's when that program for you has come to its natural ending, which is a different time for everyone. It's then that you are before the human, before the thoughts, before the behaviors, before the pain, before the reactions. And you just become the consciousness that's outside of the body, that operates the human body in this world to give from in your divine ways that will be different for every single one of us. So I didn't realize I'd be saying all of that. But I guess I was supposed to today. I just truly want to give you encouragement for next year and point you to the faith that you have within you, that may come in different shapes and forms for all of us. It doesn't matter how that faith looks within you. You have your way, and your way is the way for you. It's not my way, it's not somebody else's way. Your way is exactly the natural way your consciousness has designed your journey and your story through the illusion into your pure becoming again, into your awareness again. So it's never about needing to disagree with it, with anybody's way, anybody's style, anybody's storyline that they have. Just recognize that the uniqueness and the beauty of Source, God, that it has designed all of these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journeys back to itself. So be true to yours. and just allow everybody else's theirs. There is so much peace in allowing. When you can just allow the outside to be what it is, you will be in peace yourself. And just know that what is appearing in the outside next year is just the ending. And that ending takes time. It takes linear time because we're within the illusion of that linear time. So I won't keep you much longer, but I want to just, if you wish to, to be in presence to a beautiful song that I heard for the first time a few weeks ago, and just pressed the Shazam on my phone because I didn't know what it was, and then I forgot about the song. And then maybe 10 days ago, I just woke up with these 6 or 8 notes in my head with no words, and I did not know what this song was. The notes just kept repeating, and so I tried to find it, and it was this song, and it just was so perfect for the dissolving that we each go through, and people will go through. Some people won't dissolve just yet. Dissolve back into themselves, the dissolving of what they thought they were, but the dissolving back into themselves of what they truly, truly, truly are, that divine self. And this song has just been with me pretty much daily ever since. So to just be together as I play it, if you wish to. And I'll put the link to the song in after this live at some point, okay? So that you can hear the words and see the words. Okay, so to just let go and just let go. Just breathe into your heart space. And when you're breathing into your heart space, it's always that point. It's the in-between. It's the in-between the in-breath and the out-breath. When you wait in your heart and do the in-breath, and just wait a few seconds, that in-between stage, you feel the divine love. It comes through you, and it's that divine love that you breathe out. You can breathe to the whole of your body. If your body is aching, or if you're feeling in anxiety, you can breathe that into your body. You can breathe it into your mind. If your brain is doing this, you can breathe that divine love into your brain. So you find that divine love in the space in between the in-breath and the out-breath. So that's why you wait here. You wait to feel it. And it can take a few seconds, and it lands there. And that's the love, the divine love, to breathe out. So just to take some moments to breathe in, relax, and just be together. Celebrating how far we've come so far, and what is happening within us as we walk together. Okay, hold on. Just get the Bluetooth going. It's lost its connection. Excuse me. You've got to be able to hear it, haven't you? Okay, this is for you. It's for everyone. for everyone with just all of the love in my heart. I pray you enjoy it and just let go.
Like the wind changes mountains, I erase what I have been, and I don't wanna know what's really gonna happen. Like the water when it's rising, something changing under my skin, and it's taking a hold. Are we meant to understand it? Breathing in everything. And it's all alive, turning into something. I see the ways I am becoming, and it's all so fleeting, and it's all evolving. I see it now. I am dissolving. Like a lily when it's breaking, on the edge of awakening. How much you left to fall, to finally see what really makes me. And I can drown in the feeling, all the weight of a sunbeam, and my body can let go of what's keeping me from healing. Breathing in everything. And it's all alive, turning into something. I see the ways I am becoming, and it's all so fleeting, and it's all evolving. I see it now. I am dissolving. I'm not holding on this time, and the light is coming in. I'm disappearing now, and it feels like medicine. I know something new begins, 'cause nothing has an end. I'm sinking deeper now, feels like medicine. I see it now. I am dissolving.
the sacred seed, each hold sealed in frequency, the sacred, the seed made of the divine light that grows by energy risen in its stem, that silently opens its petals to becometh the flower. Some call it the rose of 12 petals. Some call it the 1,000-petaled lotus flower. 'Tis one of the same divine essence, opened at thy golden hour, in predestined moment, through love's devotion, inside the steps of time, thy blossoming, fulfilled of its promise, in single captured moment of its love that is its eternity. The blossoming within of certain fragrances, of 3 vibrations held within the forever of the forever. So in thy winter hours, when light can and shall seemingly fade, remember the seed in spring, needing only thy open heart of innocence and devotional love to birth living thy seed of light, to be existing of the love, not because you have to or desire something in return, or by pressure of any other. Be love because you are love emanating. 'Tis love that heralds the rose to grow and drink of the holy waters that imbue the sacred heart that reaches up to touch with light a surrendered mind. Silent, bliss-filled, even seas, that then becometh thee. Open the golden arch where touch of the divine awaits. Then there be but one eye, white light sphere in brow, existing in eternal moments, emitting one eternal love of the divine, giving forth of that divine will, light and wave vibrations known from the chalice filled of the one and only power of love. For the chalice is God's alone, to ignite, fill, and give from. of golden rays cast out to all, knowing some shall turn away. Yet all are loved inside of God's dreaming. May you each know how loved you are, not just by Source in God, not just by the people that have transitioned before you, that are just in another room right beside you. Just know that you are loved so much by so many of us that are here on Mother Earth, to love and hold the space for all. Sending you all such love and blessings wherever you are in this world. God bless.